So yes, 4 days ago, Fred Phelps died. For those of you who don't know, he died at the age of 84. He was the leader of the West Bureau Baptist Church, and yikes. I did touch a bit on the subject in my last video. But apparently this is the kind of church that, like I said, went around picketing dead soldiers' funerals because the soldiers themselves were gay. Saying the notice of funeral, saying the notice of a burial, yada yada yada. Okay, and this is the same fucking church that went to the Sandy Hook shooting funerals of all the children, saying the notice of a funeral, the notice of a burial, it's in God's hands, blah 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 blah, whatever. Okay. The same church that says God hates gays. Okay. This is why I question religion in general, is if God is the creator and everything, why would he create gays if he hates them, or she? You know what I'm saying? Think about it for a second. You know, doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah. And if God is truly the creator of everything, does that mean he or she created sin? And if so, does that make God the ultimate sinner? You know what I'm saying? Christians and Catholics, there are a few of them who will give people like me shit because we don't think like them, you know. And I'm like, well, to that I have to say, and I quote, okay, you worship Jesus. They say, yes. I go, let's see, Jesus was a sheep herder. Yes, okay. So you're telling me you drink the blood of him and eat his flesh to survive some kind of war. Is that true? Yes, it is. It sounds like cannibalism and vampirism, and you're saying that my belief system is fucked. And all honesty, though, you know, that's just the thing of it, really. You know, I find it to be quite annoying, if anything, you know. And my experiences with church, back when I had split custody between my dad and my biological mother, I hated going to see my biological mother. She was one of those churchgoers, and I hated going to church. I fucking hated it, okay? But then my dad marries my stepmom, who I consider my real mom, and her family goes to church, and I go to church with them, and it's a completely different experience. It's not negative in any way, shape, or form, you know what I'm saying? So it's a much different experience. So my views on it are mixed. However, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real though. If God is the creator of sin, does that make God the ultimate sinner because he created sin? You know what I'm saying? If you ask any Christian or Catholic this, and they don't give you a straightforward answer, then don't bother with it, you know? And by straightforward answer, I mean, they tell you this is why he or she did this, you know, this is why it happened. There is no, well, God works in mysterious ways. Okay, that is not a straightforward answer. That is a bullshit answer that people give other people because they assume that the person that's asking the question is stupid and doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about or thinking about or whatever, so they'll be like, well, God works in mysterious ways. Okay, that is one of those bullshit answers that I don't agree with. Okay? That is, you know what I'm saying? And yes, truth be told, the Old Testament was very anti-gay, okay? The Old Testament was very, you know, but as times change, you know, they had to create the New Testament because, you know, they don't want to be politically incorrect, but then people still sit there and say, well, God hates gays. It's like, in the Old Testament, well, God, yes. The New Testament, God says, whatever, you know. And it's going to come to a point in our lives where the planet's going to become overly populated, and you're going to be thanking God for gays because it's population control. It's fucked up to say that, but it's the truth. I find it so hypocritical, too, because it's these same people who will sit there and say God hates gays, God's an anti-faggot or anti-hating, you know, just, you know, whatever, sits there, blah, 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 and then, therefore, they hate gays themselves, and they'll turn around, they'll go home and watch lesbian porn on YouPorn or YouJizz.com, and it's like, wait a second, did you just say that God hated gays, and here you are masturbating to 2 women passionately making love, does that make you a masturbating hypocrite? Yes, it does. Well, this isn't the first time we've had discrimination against homosexuals in our country. We had one not too long ago, I think it was like last year or the year before, where this lesbian couple wanted to go to prom for their high school prom, and the principal said, if you go to prom, we will cancel the prom and blame it on you. And they kind of said, well, fuck you, we're going anyway. So because of that, the principal got together with the school board, and they decided to cancel prom. And then on top of that, they went and they blamed everybody. They told everyone to blame these two because, you know, wow. So I mentioned for a lot of people who wanted to go to prom, that would piss them off pretty bad. I didn't go to my high school prom. I didn't feel like it, to be honest with you. I never saw the point of it. And I wouldn't have gotten a date to the prom anyway because, you know, it's just, yeah. I did go to my Job Corps prom with Stephanie. That was pretty fun. We had a tongue twisted. We had a $500 DJ come into play, and very well locally known throughout the South Dakota area. Me being me, I'm like, I don't give a shit what song it is. I started breakdancing, I started headbanging, doing whatever. Okay? And people were like, yeah, go Saunders. Oh. And the DJ's like, yeah, I'll watch this song of this guy. Yeah, I like the way he dances or whatever, or some shit like that, you know. And that was kind of cool to get that recognition for someone that was locally known. But anyway, and it's shit like that, okay? It's just, you get what I'm saying, though. Like, these are the same hypocrites who go home, watch lesbian porn, and masturbate to it because they think it's attractive, you know. So, in a pretty much anti-gay society, I feel like that lesbians are more accepted than gay men because of the porn industry. So because of that, it's, you know, yeah. You know, I don't give a shit if you're gay or not. That's your lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? For real, though. But you got these gays who just assume that everyone hates gays, and therefore everyone gets treated like as such. And to me, that's kind of hypocritical, considering, you know, they're all about anti-discrimination. How dare you discriminate us and our lifestyle, and yada, yada, yada. And then they turn around and throw it in people's faces and say, well, you must be like them, and da, da, da. So assuming that everyone's anti-gay is bullshit. Okay, not everyone's anti-gay, obviously. But, yeah, Fred Phelps died. I'm super excited about that. So hopefully their little church crumbles. Wouldn't that be just delicious? He died at the age of 84, so he lived a pretty long life. And what's ironic about this is he actually was a activist for keeping peace for his African American clients for cases and shit. He actually stood up for people of other color, but then somewhere along the line decided that it was okay to hate homosexuals. Like, really? You know? And that's just, wow, dude, it's just ironic as all hell. He's all about, you know, he was, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, he was, if you do the research, it might surprise you to find out he was actually for peace activist, what's a peace activist, a lawyer of sorts, and defending the rights of his African American clients, which, when I found that out, that's by surprise first. I'm like, wait a second, what? But this is the thing with our country. We've had a history of hate, okay? It started off with African Americans, and then women, and then they both got their rights, so now it's gays, okay? So once homosexuals get their rights, who are the Americans going to hate next? You know what I'm saying? Not every American is like that, keep in mind. But if history repeats itself like I know it does, the chances are, the next person they get hated on, it's just unnecessary, I mean, you don't have to like somebody, but if you hate them, then don't associate yourself with them. Don't talk about them. Don't, you know what I'm saying? It makes your life and their life a whole lot easier because you're not sitting there bitching every 5 minutes about how much you hate so-and-so or so-and-so's group or so-and-so and their feelings and whatever. It's just unnecessary. The fact that, I'm seeing these videos of people talking about Fred Phelps' death, and they're saying how they prayed for him even though he was a piece of shit scumbag. I'm like, well, you know what? They're a better Christian than most because they've taken even some of the most evil people we've had in our society today and praying for them, Kudos to them. The only reason though that prayer works in some cases is because you believe in it. Just because, and it's not because God exists. Because if God existed and truly loved all His children, He wouldn't let churches like the West Baptist Bureau Church exist, and He wouldn't let people like Fred Phelps do the things that they did. And He certainly wouldn't let children die in a Sandy Hook shooting. You know what I'm saying? So if God really did exist, you know what I'm saying? Oh, did I just speak against God? May he or she strike me down with lightning. Looking around. Not seeing any lightning. No, just kidding. But seriously. I actually had an experience one time. I was at a church for Easter. It was when I was a little one. I was a lot younger than I am today. I mean, we're talking like maybe 4, 5, 6 years old. And I got down on my knees and I prayed. And I said, God, I want to see Jesus Christ walking through the door. And then I thanked Him, or whatever, and sat back up. About 2 minutes later, it happened. I saw Jesus Christ walk in through the church door and disappear on the stage and turn to the left. Long brown hair, long brown goatee, red sash, white, whatever the fuck they wore back in the day, the whole kit and caboodle, okay? And I turned to my grandma, I told her what I did, and she just smiled politely, and whatever. Now, there's a number of things that could be attributed to that. One, it could be the energy in the church was Jesus, as it was Easter, so that could have been, my mind giving me what I wanted to see. Or it could be the actual God saying, here I am, here's my proof that I exist. My first conclusion to that would be the first one, because energy is all around you. It can't be made or destroyed, okay? That being said, losing my train of thought really quickly here. Ding dong, Fred Phillips is dead. Ding dong, ding. It's like Ding Dong, the Wicked Witch is dead, but instead of the Wicked Witch, it's Fred Phelps. So, hopefully that bastard's in hell getting raped by Satan. We can only hope. But religion, in a sense, is nothing but spiritual pathways, and each pathway is different, Now, you may have Christians, Catholics, Lutherans, Methodists, Baptists, and they're all of Jesus, okay? Just like you have Satanists, Luciferian, Wiccan, witchcraft, they're all similar in ways, but different in ways, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? But to the average eye, they don't look the same, or they don't look different, you know what I'm saying? Just, they're associated as one, basically. And it is what it is. It does suck for those who practice it and have to deal with that kind of prejudice and negativity, but it is what it is. And there are some people, obviously, who are going to be upset by his death, his family, for one, understandably. But, yeah, you know. And the irony behind Fred Phelps and his church picketing the funerals of dead soldiers because they were gay, it's like, wait a second, this soldier just died for your freedom to picket his funeral, you ass, okay? So, needless to say, I find it a bit frustrating, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's dead, so it's one less asshole to worry about, you know. I would very much love to take a selfie of me shitting on his grave. That would be just fucking awesome. Hashtag Hail Satan, but I probably control for that, so, yeah. When people say they've created their own religious belief, generally it gets looked upon as, oh, you psychopath. And it's because of people like Fred Phelps and others who have done the same thing. Okay. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But not much else to say for this video here, so until then, this is KingCobraJFS with another video, and you know, thanks for watching, and see you all later.